Greetings, friends! It's Denise again with Denise's Dancing Paintbrush and a collage of a group of pink roses, but I had camera trouble this week, and part of my footage just, I guess, was corrupted and didn't even record. So all of the background I put in is gone. Sorry. But as you can see, I started with a drawing and then put in the background first and then started in on the pink roses. Now my problem here is that I thought that the pink roses would show up very well against this kind of tan background. I really like the color of the tan, but in the end I realized that the pink is the same value as the tan background, and I either had to make the roses darker or the background darker. And so in the end, what I had to do was go back and put some darker tan sandy color behind the roses to make them stand out in places, as well as the leaves. But mostly it worked. You can see I start around the outside sometimes and then work my way into the rose, and then sometimes I start in the middle and work my way out. I really don't have a set method that works best. I feel like it's intuitive. So I look at the rose and I see where I need to put my shadows, my deepest color, and then work out from there. But if there's a lot of light color, I'll sometimes start with that. In this case, there was a lot of light color. The lightest pink was around the outside edges. I had fun with some of the leaves. I've started using different colors for the leaves, so they're not just green. Sometimes they're a pink or a fuchsia or a blue or a black. I think it adds diversity and interest. Even putting the white edges around these roses is not really helping. Some of the petals just aren't standing out very well. Plus, I had a really hard time finding some nice pink. I started digging through my magazines and found I've used it all. I didn't think I had done that, but I found it very hard to find a good dark and light pink that's natural. So this one took me a while. There are not just 3 pink roses, there are actually 5. And I enjoyed the process, but I felt a little rushed in the end because I wanted to get it finished to post in my channel. And sometimes that happens. I feel like I'm being rushed, and what I should do, you'll have to tell me if I'm wrong. What I should do is just post, here's what I've been working on, it's not finished, come back next week and see how it looks. So I give you a part of the project and not the whole project. That could work. Also, my little pink pieces, you may have noticed I've got these little folded origami boxes on either side of my work table there, and that's because they kept falling. All these teeny pieces that I cut, and they're scattered all over the floor. Once they turn upside down, I can't tell where the piece I'm looking for is. So I finally made a little container to put my pieces in. I was tired of searching the floor for a dropped piece of pink. Now the last thing that I do when I'm all finished with the project itself, and I put it up on the wall and stare at it for a while to see what might need to be changed, and then I put in words and pictures. Some of the words I find already while I'm working and put them in because I like them right at the beginning and wanted to find a good place for them. Some of the words I have to find later. See, so I've got this little bitty red bird, a cardinal on one of the petals of the rose in the middle. I've got a little horse up there at the top. A lady in tan over on the side. Another bird and a face on the right hand side. And so that's it. Thanks so much for watching all the way to the end. I certainly appreciate all my followers. You've made my day. Do come again and see what I'm working on next week. Bye, everyone.